Hello guys, welcome to this new video. In this video I'll be sharing a trade breakdown of Thursday's trade. I took a short that was really precise from the 9:30 open, and I decided to give you a breakdown for today. So how do you utilize these new day opening gaps to your advantage, and how can you take trades like these? So as you can see, we have a large new day opening gap, but what is special about this one here, we have yesterday's close, and when we look at where we are gonna open up today, it is above buy side liquidity. That we'll call it internal liquidity, but it's above the first actual liquidity pool, and we're inside of this big void. So if we want to move higher, there has to happen something in between all this price action before we can do this, right? So we have some reaction of those internal highs, and when we look at how the market is opening, it's right above here. Here's our internal liquidity, and here is where we open. You see immediately when we look back at electronic trading hours, so you immediately, okay, we have that 30-minute S&T with ES and YM, and we have AM S&T with ES and YM, PM S&T with ES and YM. So everything inside of my point of interest we have. How do I know we're gonna stop? 9:30 open here. We wicked above it, immediately made S&T. What is nice about this S&T when you're trading NQ is with that 30-minute S&T, ES took out this swing because NQ didn't. So that is what made the S&T. So if NQ also takes out this high, we don't have any S&T. So where's my invalidation level? Here. And what can I expect? And I can expect price to be in 0.5 of this wick. That's what happens. I already sold here. You can also wait for a retracement on a 15-second time frame or even a 5-second time frame. And on, I think on a 1 minute, you saw that here a small imbalance formed. Where does the imbalance form? Inside of this breaker block. And then you would have gotten filled right here, 9:33. And as you can see, this is like picture perfect. So this is the last fill that you could have gotten. And after this, you see that because we're so high up from that new day opening gap, see that we're here. And like the gap is all the way from down here to here. So it's like a, what can we say, a 500 point gap. I was aiming personally for a lot of points. I was aiming for like 250 for 0.5 of the gap, if that was possible. But I think now we just reached 0.25 of the gap. But sometimes you have to look for those home run trades. Okay, get back to it. And as you can see, it was like a phenomenal run. I took my partials down here as well, down here. So then I already bagged, I think like 6 or 7K, and I took my short position right here, and I added here. So I took 2 different positions with my stop above the high because that S&T was present. So that S&T became my invalidation level. Now I've also some questions about how do I manage my position. I manage my position on invalidation levels, or I manage my position with faith that we're going to move towards there, because you have two type of invalidation levels, right? You have your higher time frame invalidation levels and your lower time frame invalidation levels. But where do you position yourselves? On the lower time frames. So that's why you are currently using those lower time frame invalidation levels, and you can't trail your stop too much, because your lower time frame invalidation levels aren't always aligned with the higher time frame profile, and the higher time frame will then smash you, and then it will run towards your drawn liquidity. So always use those higher time frame invalidation levels, because, for example, I saw some people taking this buy opportunity. Okay, nice buy opportunity. You saw this breaker of this unicorn. You saw this one getting respected right here, and you saw a nice reaction off of it. And we retraced 9:30, retraced towards midnight open, where you expected to retrace around that time, and then in 9:45 until 10. So you saw, okay, we had a retracement inside of this unicorn. We saw rejection off of it, and this was the invalidation level the whole time for like for the buy program, right? Otherwise we could have gotten a scenario where we have done this, and then I would have been right, and we would have gotten to these sell side liquidity pools. But for the profile, that wasn't correct, right? So it's always if this then that. If this breaks, then we can move another way, right? So you could have already expected this retracement right here, because you had that unicorn down here, and you have this large imbalance right here. When you have something like this, a run like this, you'll almost never, only with like a immediate rebalance, but otherwise from this you will never see this. This is like a picture perfect inside of your head, but that will never happen. So always expect this to happen, this retracement, because what's happening, this high is getting formed where inside of a sell side imbalance. So what do we expect? We expect a buy side imbalance on the right side of the curve to be formed, and okay, a retracement happens, and we move on from there inside of that buy side imbalance, and then target where buy side liquidity. And then this was your setup, right? So there were like two opportunities. And it's also, okay, we have two different profiles, so why would you enter here if we have like 10 coming in here? You could have already expected this. And then it gave a nice opportunity right here also, but you have much more information above in here. Why do you have more information? Okay, now this was your targeted liquidity pool, and this was your reversal area. So your reversal area is now confirmed because you have CSD above this unicorn, and you have more engineered liquidity in front of your drawn liquidity, which is here. So you have a rejection of the area where you know it's going to reject, and you have a easy drawn liquidity because you have two sweeps of liquidity. And what does price need to reverse? At least two sweeps of liquidity, what I said. So what is it targeting? It is targeting internal and external liquidity. So it has to engineer internal and external liquidity. I guess that's it for this video. I'm gonna keep it short because I'm spitting out too much gems. If you like this video, please drop a comment and please drop some support. That will give me motivation to keep these videos coming. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.